Greetings, church. Today is Thursday, the 3rd of September, 2020, and I am at office. I think this is a FedEx office here on 5th Avenue and Columbia, and I'm working on finishing this text here, the Church of Portland Employment and Work Structure, and I just discovered that this whole stack of paper, pages 225 to 250, has been removed out of the flash drive that is in Union Bank. So Union Bank, I have a bank box there, and a 5x10, and that's where I've been keeping all of my flash drives, right, throughout the years from 2012 and on. And somebody went into the box and they took out, you can see that there's space there. There was there was no space here. So somebody waited till I went to sleep, or I fell asleep on one of the trains, and they gave me oral sex. And then after the oral sex, they took out a couple of flash drives. I'm not sure who they're selling it to or what they're going to do with it, but I'm a narcoleptic, and that's the danger of narcolepsy, is that you have greedy Europeans, greedy Haitians, greedy African Americans that will steal your life from Black Lives Matter, the African American community, the Klan, the gay community, Grace Community Church, people who are vindictive and very wicked and evil. So the work that was on those flash drives, I will never see them again. This is a brand new thing I've done here. This was supposed to go with the book. This is something that I just added. So all of the churches that I went to and completed the 23 videos, I had taken pictures in front of those churches, not inside the churches, but in front of those churches. Well, I added the stack here to the book as a record of the videos that were completed and the fact that I was there. And I'm the author of the work, even though it's not that much, but still, you want to take credit for your work. They went into the bank box, they took it out of here, and they deleted the portion, this whole thing out of the flash drive. So, they're going in there and they're taking out pictures, they're deleting, they're doing their own book. I'm not exactly sure. It's like what I have planned and what I have tried to accomplish, they're doing the opposite. It's like I'm dealing with MacArthur and I'm dealing with the British woman through the community and through Gabriel and Guy Franklin. And I suspect that they're having access into the bank box. There are women working there who've taken Mark Rodriguez's position. Mark is representing the queen, and everybody's representing the monarch over there. She's some sort of a nutcase who has a hard-on for putting black people in their place. And I'm one of the people she's been literally ripping apart for the last 20 years because, I'm a Negro from Port-au-Prince and I need to bow before her or something. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is, but at this hour, I was going to put the flash drive in here, okay? The flash drive was going to go in here. The one that I was going to register to the Library of Congress. This is pretty much what it was going to look like. It's sort of like a cassette case with the copyright and the content and who the author is. But I have a feeling that if they get their hands on this, they'll probably remove a lot of the information because they're vindictive. Gabriel Franklin is a snake. And for the last 20 years, she's done nothing but diminish me, and either destroyed my property, destroyed my life, destroyed my body, destroyed everything in the name of this queen that she represents. She's been doing this for 50 years with Windsor, and I guess I'm the last of the bullfighters, and so this is what she's doing now. Anyway, last night they came out at least 4 or 5 times. They molested me. They came out at McDonald's on 19th and Burnside. They came out again on directly in front of Powell's, right across the street. I was camped there. The Lord told me, do not go to sleep. If you go to sleep, they're going to sleep with you and then they're going to diminish you. Well, they came out on me twice. I fell asleep on the bench. They gave me oral twice. I moved to in front of the post office on Hoyt and Broadway. She came out again and molested me. I think the security guard saw it because when I wanted to talk to the security guard about it, he did not show up. He wouldn't come back to that area, um, and so I guess I don't get to see the security guard. I think he might have been a supervisor or something. I was sitting on under the flag there, and he's like, "Well, you can't sit here." And so I moved across the street to Pacific Northwest Art College, and I wasn't sitting in the front. That property used to be the old immigration building, and so I moved to the back where there's like the stone wall where you can sit on there. I sat there, fell asleep. It was freezing cold. I couldn't open up the tent because he says don't open up the tent. And two at least three times she came out and gave me oral sex. So I had vaginal sex with my body. She pierced my wrist, my hand, my feet, my knees. It felt like somebody was digging a knife into my knees. I was in excruciating pain. Problem is, I can't prove any of this to Portland police. And the day before, I went over to Vancouver. I think I might have told you this already. And I was hit here first at the bathrooms. Lord says you need to leave. I went to Vancouver. I was hit again. So it's one of those things where it's like this woman and this Haitian woman is forever in the background. And so this is the new hit now, right? This is the new hit. I can't send this in unless I have unless I have a flash drive that has the information on it. But that's not to say that they're not going to cut the flash. They're going to allow the package to be sent in and registered. Library of Congress is dirty, and Library of Congress, if they've even received it, it's either the post office is dirty, Library of Congress is dirty, the banks are dirty. Union Bank is dirty. Both workers and I don't know who of the workers are dirty, but they all represent MacArthur or they all represent somebody. So it's either this bank here in Portland or a different bank. It's all going to be the same. When they went into Umpqua Bank, I ended up losing the account when I made mention of it to the manager. So now I open my mouth and say to them that somebody's going into the um, going into the bank box and removing flash drives and removing pictures. I had 123 pictures to send. They removed it. I had over probably 20 documents. They removed it. This is what John MacArthur and the Klan is doing. They keep diminishing. They don't care about the work. They don't care about salvation. They're queer Europeans, queer blacks, and queer Haitians, and they just want to make sure that you're smaller than they are. They're doing this thing now where they put blacks in front of you because Black Lives Matter. So when you're standing online, they put they'll hold back your food and then put blacks in front of you. They'll keep you out of work so that the blacks I mean, it's this whole sick mentality of exalting blackness. I'm not a black skinned man, so I don't care about all that black stuff. It disgustes me. But she comes out in the form of, if it's not her, it's the Prince of Wales, or it's Gabriel or Guy Franklin, and they keep pushing it on me as if I'm supposed to be concerned about all of this. And I'm like, I got my own life to live. You know what I mean? I have my own faith to live. I don't have time to worry about people's black skin and black problems and black issues and black this and black that. I mean, I'm a Christian man and I'm a man of faith, and that's enough. Anyway, I got to get off this. This year, I'm really disappointed that this sets me back several days and several years. It sets me back several days and several years. I have no idea what I've lost here. It's really discouraging to know that banks could be so dishonest and people could be so demon minded. This morning I asked, this crown that this British woman wears, who did they make a covenant with? Did they make a covenant with the devil? Before George the Third, who did they make this covenant with? Anyway, in order for them to be who they are in Britain today. Anyway, you keep me in your prayers, church, and I'll keep you in mine.